All right. Good evening. If I've done this correctly, you should be able to hear everybody. How is everyone doing tonight on the Talon and Claw Twitch channel? Thank you so much for joining us for episode 4 or 5, depending on your perspective, of the Iceholes Rime of the Frostmaiden campaign. Why doesn't everybody introduce yourselves? Anthony, why don't you go first? Hang on one second before you continue. Try that again.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, perfect. I'm Anthony. I am at Talon and Claw. I am one of the owners of Talon and Claw. And I'll be playing Jacques Friest tonight and every night that we do this, unless if Gary kills me.
Here's hoping. All right, Travis,
Pace
why
it
don't you go
feels
next?
impossible.
I'm Travis at GM underscore Travis underscore on the Twitters. I'm going to be playing Sven Storma Jorgensen, a Goliath barbarian who loves his friends just a little too much, and gonna have some fun tonight.
Cass.
Hi, I am Cassie, and I am the other half of Talon and Claw, and I am playing Agara Tiani, who is a Tempest cleric.
Lexi.
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm playing Holly, a wildfire druid. Yeah, she's unconscious right now. Let's see what happens.
Sick. Allison. You're muted, Sugar. Yep. Yep, definitely muted.
Sorry.
That's okay. Still pretty.
Thanks. I'm playing Isadora. She is a rogue. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember what I was doing last time. So this will be fun.
Great. Well, in case you missed last session, I'll give you a bit of an update. So the heroes recovered a cauldron, and in the recovery of that cauldron, they returned it to the town hall to the captain who hired them. There was some commotion in the back of the town hall, and there was strange gray dwarves who were, let's just say, up to no good. Our friends Holly and Sven were beaten quite effectively, and they are currently unconscious. And now we're going to go on and we're going to see what happens to our unconscious friends and maybe learn a little bit more about who these gray dwarves were and what they were doing. So, Holly, Sven, you are both unconscious. Would you like to do something? I'm just kidding. You can just lay there. Allie, Cass, Anthony, would you like to do something?
So Jacques will have an epiphany, and he will remember that Holly has some berries in her in her little knapsack. So he's gonna walk over and give Holly and Sven a little good berry.
Holly, Sven, you both feel the healing power of this deliciously moist and juicy berry reinvigorate you, and you wake up. Each of you has 1 hit point.
Can we go home?
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a pretty good idea. Oh, so what happened there? We were fighting guys, and then all of a sudden, blackness a little bit.
Yeah, you didn't do so well.
Oh, I did pretty good. I always do pretty good. But then they always come after me first. So, that's just the way it goes, don't you know?
As you're talking, the captain rushes in and she says, "Oh, I heard the commotion. What happened back here?"
Some Duergar broke in. I point over at the window that we saw was shattered.
Oh my goodness, what happened? Did you investigate their bodies? Did they give you a clue as to who they are and what they're doing?
Well, I just woke up. Did you guys look through the bodies?
I
I'm
ain't
not sure
looked
we
at
had
nothing.
time.
Yeah, we had not yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just wait here then. Unless you want me to do it.
No,
No,
we
let's do
got
it.
this.
Okay. You tell me what you find, eh?
I think Sven is gonna crawl over to the closest one because he's not gonna fully get up. He's just gonna get a roll
Yeah.
and just kind of crawl a little bit, and then just start rifling through things.
Yeah. Okay. Sven, make me an investigation check, and you may do so with advantage. Which one are you going to be investigating? Just the closest one?
Um, I believe there's one that had some sort of psychic knife that he kept stabbing me in the gut with.
Oh yes,
So
yes.
probably that one.
Okay. Yeah, you can search him. Make me an investigation check with advantage, please.
Advantage. All right. That'll be a
DM.
15 with advantage.
Yes, Lexi.
While he's searching through, can I cast a couple spells?
Absolutely.
Holly's gonna get up off the ground, dust herself off, and touch herself, and then touch Sven with her last two first level spells.
Alrighty. There's
Cure
some
wounds.
healing love, I expect. So, 15. You were able to find a key, Sven. You don't find anything of real value. You find some old armor and daggers and clothes and a very nice fur shawl that's clearly made from Yeti fur. But you also find a key. It's one of those ornate keys, the old style with the twisted metal, and it looks like it opens something.
I'll pick it up and see that with the captain in the room. I'm gonna just kind of palm it for the moment.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take that shawl, and then if he still has that dagger that was pretty hurtful, I'm gonna grab that too.
So you search his body for the psychic knife, which you became very familiar with during the previous combat, but it seems like it's gone. It's almost as if he manifested it with the power of his mind.
Ooh, fancy.
Sven, you get 8 hit points back.
Thank you.
Does anybody else want to do anything? Isadora, Agara, Jacques Friest.
How many guys are there? Can we investigate the rest of them?
Absolutely. You can investigate the bodies of the ones that Sven did not look at. So go ahead and make me an investigation check, please.
Uh, 17.
17. So you actually find a small purse, 17 gold coins, and one very tiny black pearl.
It's the Black
Sweet.
Pearl.
I like shiny things.
Agara,
I'll investigate another one.
Okay,
The
go
other
for it. Yep.
body.
make me an investigation check, please.
That's a 15.
15. Yeah, you actually find inside one of the corners, or inside his warm weather gear, you find a sewed up patch.
What does it look like?
It's like something was sewn into the inside of the jacket. Are you going to cut it open?
Yes.
There looks to be a note inside.
I would like to take the note.
Yes, okay. Do you speak? There seems to be something written on it.
Can I read it?
Can you read Dwarvish?
I don't know. Let me see.
I feel like someone does in the party. I think it came up before.
I do not speak Dwarvish, so I will turn to my party mates and be like, hey, anybody read Dwarvish?
Not me.
All right. Well, Isadora, Agara, Sven, do any of you speak Dwarvish?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
All right. So you have a note
Yeah.
that's written in Dwarvish that you found inside a secret compartment in one of the Duergar jackets.
Well, what about the lady that's with us to tell her? Is she still with us, or?
Yeah, she's sort of standing off to the side. She doesn't want to get into your space at all. She's just basically hanging out, waiting for you to summon her.
So I would like to say, hey, ma'am, do you read Dwarvish by chance?
Oh, yes, dear. I speak Dwarvish. What do you need?
I got a letter here. Could you possibly read it?
Oh, sure, sure. She takes the note and she reads it carefully. She sort of looks up at you, and then and she sort of adjusts her spectacles, and she says, I think I'm reading it correctly, but I can't be sure. It says, Mother loves you. Stay warm.
Yeah, I don't think you're reading
Do I
that
believe
right.
her?
Make an... Actually, what is your bonus to insight, Lexi?
It is a +2.
+2. You are absolutely convinced that nothing has ever been more true in the history of the spoken word.
Right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
say,
Here you go.
Okay, and then I kind of grab the note back from
Yep,
her.
she hands it back to you. Is anybody, Agara, are you going to investigate the final Duergar?
I was going to, yes.
All right, make me an investigation check, please.
That would be a 17.
17. Yeah, you don't find anything of value.
Nice.
Yeah, you find his dagger and his cold weather gear, but there's nothing really of note, nothing worth taking anyway.
Cool.
Does he have a bedroll on him?
He doesn't.
Oh.
Yeah, they seem to only be wearing, what... Actually, make me an intelligence check. Jacques Friest.
This should be good.
And I'm going to give you advantage.
Ooh, advantage.
Advantage.
Okay, so that was a 14, and this is a 14. Double 14.
So, you think it's interesting that they don't have anything other than walking around gear. So you can assume that they are probably somewhere near, their camp is somewhere nearby, because they don't have a bedroll, they don't have a tent, they don't have backpacks, they just have their weapons, their armor, and their cold weather gear.
Interesting.
Do you share that information with us?
I do. I look to the party and I say, hey, don't you all think it's weird that they don't have any kind of equipment on them? So they must be staying nearby.
We could look out the window for tracks. See if we can follow the tracks.
Sure. Yeah. So which one of you is going to go check that out? Who's got survival? Isadora, you do, right? Okay.
Yep, I do. Sven does too.
Okay, so why don't you both go over there, and you can, one of you can assist, and one of you can look for tracks.
All right. You want to roll this one, Allie? That way you can roll with advantage. 2 of them and take the higher. And also unmute yourself.
Yeah. Is there any way I can roll with advantage?
Absolutely, 'cause Sven's over there. He's like, oh yeah, look there.
So 22.
Okay. You can clearly see there is 2 sets of tracks walking toward the lake. You see the town hall is sort of a central building, and there are two two trails, I guess I would describe it as. Not necessarily sets of tracks, but two trails. They were going 2 by 2, it looks like. In fact, you can tell they were going 2 by 2 because your check was so good. And it looks like they're going off toward the lake.
Okay. Did we figure out why the glass broke?
Like the statue thing?
Yeah.
You did not.
How do we do that?
You can make an Arcana check.
We fought 4?
18.
Yeah, 4. 4. Yeah, there were 4 Duergar. There were 3, and then there was the mind guy.
Right.
Your Arcana check was 18. One moment. Do. You can't really tell. You know that the substance that this figurehead this sort of statue was made of is rare, and the captain told you it was made of chardoline, and nobody really knows what's significant about that based on your check, and you don't really know why it broke. Does anyone have religion?
I do.
All right, Holly, make me a religion check, please.
Already. 18.
18. Yeah, you don't really notice anything more than Isadora does, Holly.
Okay.
Well, while they're kind of thinking about that and investigating that, I'm gonna go over to the captain person and be like, "Oh, hey, yeah, we got a little banged up there. Do you happen to have any healing potions around or something of the like, so we can go ahead and investigate this further?"
Oh, no, I don't. Well, I mean, thanks for helping.
What about maybe a couple gold? Because then we could just, pop in at the tavern or something and get ourselves a meal. Just
Oh,
right quick.
yeah, sure. Here you go. And she hands you 4 silver.
Sweet.
No. Say we go put our feet up at the tavern for a little bit, rest our
Achy
my
bones.
weary bone.
Absolutely,
Sure.
absolutely. Isadora, make me another survival check with advantage, please.
$24.
24. Okay. So, as Lexi's saying that, you're sort of tapping yourself on the chin. You know that if you go and rest now, you may lose the tracks because if snow comes or people disturb it, you may not be able to follow it. You can tell exactly where these tracks are going, but you know that you might not be able to do that even an hour from now, based on the weather here in Icewind Dale.
Okay, I'm going to tell the group this and suggest at least I go check it out if anyone would like to join me, if anyone would like to rest up because they were unconscious for a while.
I
They could
would
go to
feel
the-
more comfortable with all of us going together just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But safety in numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why don't we go check it out? Hopefully we can get a new bedroll and for the people missing theirs. And then we could go get a hot meal afterwards.
Not naming any names, obviously.
Not naming any names.
All right. Are you
Great.
going to heroically or leap the broken window, or are you going to walk out the front door like normal people?
I will
I mean-
eat them if they allow it.
I will
By
allow a
eat,
yeet.
I mean, just
I
like
will
Yeet me.
allow
totally
them
get
to-
yeeted.
Holly looks at the shards of glass nervously and just slowly walks out the front door.
I follow.
Okay.
I don't blame you.
So, Agara and Holly are trundling slowly out the front door, sort of glancing a weather eye back to their colleagues as Jacques Friest sails through the window, and then Isadora flies through the window, and then Sven does what?
He takes a running leap. He backs up 10 feet and just tucks and rolls.
majestically, like a seal below the water, you sail through the air and land effortlessly on the other side.
Beautiful.
So, Isadora, you're able to follow these tracks very easily. It's not hard for you at all. You spotted them with Sven's help quite clearly, and you're able to track them back. They're going toward the lake. As you're walking, you notice that they're actually going toward a dock.
We have to get on another boat.
Well, it might also imply the end of the tracks here.
It's true.
They may be on like the other side of the lake or.
Can we look around? Is there a boat anywhere?
Yeah, so you see there's a big sign. It says East Haven Ferry, and then painted in big red letters it says closed. You see what looks to be a ramshackle boat, quite a bit larger than the fishing boats that you've seen. This is clearly meant for passenger travel across the lakes.
Does it look in good shape?
I mean, yes, more or less. It's seen better days. Obviously, the endless night and horrid and frigid winter conditions have taken quite a toll on it. But it's waterworthy. It's floating. It's just there's a sign that says it's not operational.
So we're going to hop on the boat and just do what?
Yeah.
Sail
How do you
around
know
until
where
we
to
find
go?
a camp. Can we see like in the distance? Can we see any like camp
Like the other
lights
shore?
or
Not really. But the
Not
tracks the tracks are leading from up the dock into this boat. So
But like, what kind of body of water is this lake? Like, is it like huge? Like you have no idea where you'd be going? Does it like funnel in one direction?
it's a large lake, and you've been traveling through the 10 towns area of Icewind Dale for some time, so you know that there's a number of other settlements on this body of water.
Hold on, I have a question.
Yes, absolutely.
So you said that the footprints definitely lead to the boat,
Yes.
but the boat is closed and it's still there. So
Correct.
How big is the boat too?
so there could still be someone on it.
It's possible, yeah. The boat is about 25 feet long. It's girthy. It's hard to tell exactly, but it's clearly got an above deck and a below deck.
There's a
And
very good chance that they are in this boat.
Yeah.
Or came from this boat.
That's what I was thinking. If the footprints don't lead away
Mhm.
and they only lead on board and it's clear that the boat hasn't moved, then they're definitely there.
So we should go check out the. Well, who's there? We should go check out the boat.
yeah, it definitely does not look
Quietly.
like the boat has moved in a very long time.
or we could
Quietly,
just set the
we
boat
don't
on
want
fire.
anyone to like. Ooh, I do
Please
like
don't-
setting
please.
things on fire.
I also like setting things on fire, but let's explore the boat before we.
Wow.
Holly, let's
destroy
set
it.
the boat on fire together.
Believe me,
It
you
could be
got my
treasure.
attention, but it's not a good idea right now.
I've set many a boats on fire, and it's pretty fun.
Okay, well,
There's-
maybe we can investigate first and quietly, and then
Accidentally burn the
set
boat.
the boat on fire.
That I could go with.
Yes, you should definitely burn this thing that this tiny village who's struggling needs to travel to other places. Definitely, you should.
It's closed. They're not using it.
Exactly what? Like, hello, goody two shoes. Let
I'm,
us have some fun.
I'm the DM. Jeez, I'm just saying. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. So, as you get closer, you notice that it's actually not it's actually not a what am I trying to say? A two-floored vessel.
Deck.
It's just it's a very large boat that's clearly built for resisting ice. So what you thought was the lower level is just a very firm, robust hull. The surface of the boat is flat, and you're able to get onto it easily, but you notice that around the the keel and the aft of the boat, it's caked with ice. So you're all able to, without any kind of check, tell that the reason why the ferry's closed is because the water is iced in and the boat's just going nowhere. You do at the rear of the boat, however, see what looks to be some sort of cabin or room that's sealed by a door.
Is there anything else in this on this floor at all? Is it empty?
I mean, it has what you'd expect a mast for a boat of this type and oars, but nothing of note really. There's a very, very simple wheel that will control the boat while it's in motion.
Gotcha.
Is there any way for me to check to see if someone has passed this way recently?
Absolutely. Give me a survival check, please. And do so with advantage, because I'm assuming that Isadora and Sven are looking over your shoulder and doing it as well.
Okay.
It's like, oh, look, there's a there's a trout, a knucklehead there. Yeah.
I got a nat 20, and
Okay.
that's +1.
You can see,
Nice.
you can't really see any tracks on the surface of the boat, but with your success, you can tell that the trails coming from the dock are definitely leading from this boat.
Okay, hear me out.
Okay.
If we like set the outside of the boat on fire,
Uh-huh.
then the people in the cabin would run out the door, right? I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, we could, but what if we kind of want some information? So we could knock on the door, and if they get nasty with us, then y'all can set this boat on fire, and I wouldn't give a crap.
Or we could try listening at the door first.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Look, listen, feel.
Can we listen at the door?
Absolutely. So Agara walks up the door. She puts her ear to it, and make me a perception check, please. But do so with disadvantage, because it seems like the door is quite thick.
And roughly how big is this room or whatever it is? This
Hard
area?
to tell, but you think it's probably 10 or 15 feet. It's a decent sized room.
Okay.
It's at the back of the boat.
Cool.
12.
12. You don't hear anything from the other side. But you do notice that there's a large knocking device. But you think more it's less of a knocking device and more of a pull handle. And there's a large ornate keyhole.
Ooh.
If only we had a key.
No, I'm lost.
Wait, don't I have a key?
Or
You do
did
not.
Sven find a key?
I thought we
No,
found a key on the door.
We don't have a key.
Yeah.
Someone else palmed it.
Yeah.
So the party...
I'm
the
holding on
party-
to it.
So
The
we're all
party
just like,
has a key.
Oh, I wish we had a key.
The party has a key, and they're all like, "Oh, I wish we had a key." And Sven's like,
Yeah.
And then, hey, Isadora, don't you got some picking skills over here?
Oh yeah, probably.
"Yes, you do." So Isadora, if you would like to pick the lock, you may make a check with your thieves' tools, which should be +5, and a d20.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, I don't know what that means. Okay. Oh, I dropped it. 20, but not now.
20. Yeah. So you're picking around at the lock, and you think this is actually, for the type of vessel that it is, it's an oddly solid lock, but it doesn't faze you. You click the mechanism, and you hear the satisfying sound of the tumblers turning, and the door is now open.
Woo.
What do you all do?
I mean, how quiet was us unlocking the door? Do we have any element of surprise?
You didn't try and do it stealthily, so you don't think so.
All right, well then we open the door.
Before she opens the door, I'm gonna produce flame and hold it to
All right.
throw at something
Sure.
if it comes at us threateningly.
Sure.
At least fire's in here somehow.
Yeah, I'll ready my crossbow as she's opening it.
Sure. So The ice is actually covering the walls, but it's been chipped away on the door. And as you open it, you see there's a large table. The room, now that you're inside it, you can tell it's about 10 feet square, so not super large, but not small either. There are 4 sleeping bags, there are packs of rations, and there's a map on a table as well.
Are there people?
Not that you can see.
Before
sleeping bags, 4 Duergar.
before we go in, Sven is going to put his arm across the door and be like, "Hey guys, remember they used to go invisible? They could still be in here.
Can I
Be
do
very, very quiet." And then I'll just open the door and be like, "Oh, hello, is anybody home?"
Do we do a check?
Killing
Well,
me, Sven.
Sven just announced your entrance. So what would you like to check if the potential invisible creatures are going to say, "Oh, hi guys"? There's no check for that.
Well, but if they don't say hi, guys, then they're still invisible. Can we like put out feelers and see?
Would like to
Is
cast
there
feelers.
I mean, you could like walk through the
Is that a
room
thing?
going like this at all the different spaces.
Okay, fine.
You walk around like this, like a Frankenstein, but you don't actually bump into anybody.
I want to go look at the map.
Okay. Yeah. You can go look at the map. No problem. So you unroll it, and it's a map of Icewind Dale, and it marks the location of every 10 town settlement. Many of them you've already visited, but you also notice that there's a small, hard to describe, something set outside the location of Caer Konig. And there's a fortress as well, hidden in the mountains, but the place names are written in a language you don't understand.
Or can I take the map too?
Absolutely.
Can I take a bedroll?
Sure.
Oh yeah, I need a bedroll. Mine kind of ripped last time I tried to use it.
That's why we
tragic.
came
What
here.
happened to it?
Mm-hmm.
Remember the whole cauldron down the
being
hill
sarcastic,
and
Josh.
sled? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Can
I
we
missed
look
that
around,
bedroll.
like shake things out, and
Absolutely.
See,
Why
gold
don't you
balls
make
out.
an investigation check, somebody?
not me?
Natural 19, so 18.
Yeah, you think you found everything of value in the room.
Well, guys, how's that tavern sound?
Sounds good. Although I'm still thrown because the footprints went towards the boat, but there's nobody here.
Yeah, I'd like to go ahead and cast
But
Detect
we-
Evil
We
and
killed
Good.
them, right?
But
There
they
were
should
4
have been going
bedrolls.
away from the boat.
Right? Wasn't it going to the boat?
Was it going to the boat?
The path is between the boat and the, whether it was
I
going
thought we
to
were
or
just
from.
following.
Yeah, you're following the tracks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they were going away from the boat.
Oh,
There just
That was
the
not
path
clear.
was going between the boat and the town hall.
never mind then.
All right, I will stop my questions.
Yeah, so
Well, maybe they walked there backwards.
They could have.
go to have.
Sven, you can take
Hmm?
inspiration for that. Alexi, don't
Thanks.
forget that if you didn't use your bribery inspiration, you still have it from last time.
Yeah, it still clicked. I
Great,
just haven't
great.
had a chance to.
Okay, good. Nobody else attempted to bribe me on Twitter, so nobody else has inspiration, but Lexi.
I try to bribe you here all the time.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that was an option.
yeah, absolutely.
Why do I have to bribe you on Twitter? I live with you.
This
Gotta-
DM
you
accepts
gotta just-
bribes.
Take all your shots, you know?
Yep, yep. Shoot
I
them
mean,
shots,
you're
y'all.
on it.
As we leave, Sven turns to close the door and is like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, I'll lock up." And he produces the key and locks the door again.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah.
you always got to be careful, and I pat him on his thigh.
Classic Sven. So you're able to make it. You're able to make it to the tavern. It's the same tavern that you've passed before, the Wet Trout.
Oh yes, the wet trout. I'm going to use my big winnings of 4 silver and see how much that'll buy us so we can get some warm gruel in our stomachs.
So it's the White Dragonborn who you spoke to previously is still tending the bar, Nemetra, and she says, "Oh yes, my old friend, welcome back to the Wet Trout. How may I be of assistance to you, my friend? Welcome, welcome."
Yeah, we wanted to have some food. We were out and I got beat up a little bit, but ultimately we were fine. I had a good berry. It was really good. Yeah. So do you think that maybe we could have enough food for all of us then here yet, you think, eh?
Oh, yes, we have more than enough gruel to go around. I spiced it myself. It is more than edible. One might say
Good.
it tastes better than sawdust.
That's a good one,
I know
I think.
Sven's a big guy, but I will remind you a good berry is like a full day's worth of nourishment.
Oh,
Don't
is
get
it?
sick.
Oh, well, eh. It's like ice cream. There's always like cracks and crevices, especially in an
That's
8-foot tall
fair.
Goliath. So,
That's fair.
yeah.
Big engine, lots of fuel.
Mm-hmm.
So you can order your gruel, and when you get it, it is not good, but it's definitely not the worst thing you've eaten since you've been in Icewind Dale.
So I kind of hang back after they go to the table and get their food, and I ask her for an ale. And I ask her, "Do you speak Dwarvish, or does anybody here speak Dwarvish?"
I myself do not speak Dwarvish, but Rosie at the end of the bar is something of a linguist. You could ask her if you buy her a drink, but be careful. She tends to enjoy little men.
Okay, so I asked, "Does she have a favorite drink?"
She usually drinks what's cheap, as most here in East Haven. But if you wanted to get her something with a little, how should I say, pizzazz, you could get her something foreign. It's twice the price and more than half as delicious.
I'll take one of those.
Very well. She shoves it your way after you pay the coin.
So I take it and I walk over to Rosie and I say good evening. Or is it evening? I don't even know what
Yes,
time of
it's
day it is.
it's evening. Yeah.
Okay, so I say good evening, Rosie. The barkeep said that you speak Dwarvish, and I was hoping that you could maybe, in exchange for this nice beverage, take a look at this note that I have.
So Rosie is a pink-cheeked halfling. She's about 2'9" inches tall, and she's seated up on one of the bar stools. Her legs are dangling down, and she's sort of kicking them like a little kid at a dinner table. And she looks down at you and says, "Oh, hello to you. Oh, yes, you want to buy me a drink? Oh, yes, I gratefully accept." And she pats the stool right beside her. He's like, "Hop up here, my friend, and say hello to Rosie."
So I climb up.
How can I be of assistance to you, my friend?" And she sort of leans in like this.
I say, yeah, so I have this note here, and it's written in Dwarvish, and I I need someone to read it for me because
Oh ho ho!
I don't speak it.
Oh ho ho! Yes, I can help you there. And she looks at the note and she sort of squints at it. And she's like, um, mother loves you. Stay warm.
Okay. Well, thank you. So I take the note back and I said, well, hey, I gotta go catch up with my friends and
She
we got dinner. We've been out on the road.
as you're speaking, she sort of taps you on the thigh and says, "Oh, leaving so soon?
Yeah, I've been out all day. I'm kind of hungry.
Oh, you want me to feed you?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, well, okay then." And she sort of bats her eyes at you.
And I just kind of slowly climb off the stool and then walk over to Sven and I kind of like hide behind Sven on the opposite side of him so she can't stare at me.
She sighs and she says, "Ah, the cute ones are always the most difficult. Oh." And you're able to eat your food.
Nice.
Yay, gruel.
And I also tell the party, I'm like, hey, I had Rosie over there read that note, and we got the same information that we got from.
It's a conspiracy. It's got to say something else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what is up with that? How will we ever find out?
I don't know if we'll ever know. It goes too deep.
What if we set
Everyone
it on
we ask.
fire?
Ooh. Someone needs to learn Dwarvish, obviously.
All right. So you're able to eat your dinner, and the night more or less passes uneventfully. You're able to rest at the tavern if you'd like, and do what you want like to do in the morning.
All right.
I'd like a nice hot chocolate in the morning. Do they have hot chocolate?
They have cocoa flavored water. They can warm that up for you if you like.
Oh, so like a yoo-hoo.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Perfect.
Confirm long rest.
Yeah.
Yay. I'm no longer desperate.
So, what all would you like to do now?
Are we asleep?
Yes, you're asleep. Then you can wake up. Nothing eventful happens over the night. You can sort of rest and get your abilities back if you've spent
So
anything.
we got a map, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got a map. Say
Did
map.
we look at it yet? Do we know where it points to?
So, the only things that are really out of the ordinary from what you've seen already is the map was Icewind Dale, but it was also the region of 10 towns. But there was two things that you haven't seen before. There was what looked to be a circular drawing over top of the map with a name in Dwarvish, and there looked to be something else higher in the mountains. And the place that was drawn by a circle is near the 10 towns of Caer Konig.
And we haven't been there yet.
You have
right?
not been there yet, no.
Well, we were kind of blindsided by the Duergar, honestly. Like we don't really know what they were up to or what their purpose was really. So, do we want to follow up on this lead we have here? We don't really have anything else pressing, right?
No, not really. I think we could do that.
Did we
Let's
give
go for it.
Did we give the pot to the town?
Yes,
The
you gave
magic
the
pot?
pot to the captain, yeah.
Okay.
Did we get anything as a reward for that at all?
Probably
Yes, you got the bag of tricks.
not.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Sweet.
Well, technically that was for finding the fisherman, but
Well, that too. You just generously gave the
so
cauldron.
generous.
You didn't try and negotiate a fee.
Fair.
So, what would you like to do?
Well, what do you guys think? We got a map, or we can go talk to the captain again, or
Think we should follow the lead.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know that there are two ways to travel from to Caer Konig from East Haven. You can take a ferry north, or you can take the long way through the snow-covered terrain along the ice roads.
Hmm. I'm assuming the ferry is the one that's closed.
Yes.
Did it look like it was capable of being operated, or would it take a lot of work?
Yes, it looked like it was capable of being operated, but it was completely impacted by ice. So you would need to spend the better part of a few days carving out the ice, and it seems as though it might not be worth it because the locals haven't done it. So
Hmm.
Does not seem like a good use of time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I vote for
guess
the
we take
creepy,
long-
dark, icy
long road.
roads.
We should definitely prepare before we leave,
Always.
though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There is a shop if you'd like.
Do we know how long the trip is? The
You
long way
think
around?
you think it would probably take at least a day of walking, or maybe 6 or 7 hours by sled.
We still have our doggos.
Do we have a sled?
We rented them. We
You
didn't buy
rented them for the
Yeah.
trip to East Haven from Bremen.
Yeah, she wouldn't let us keep them.
She would not. Heckin' good doggos though.
So we could go by foot,
Mhm.
or we could see about renting them again. I don't have a whole lot of money, though, honestly.
About 28 gold. I don't know
I
how
do.
much. Pretty
Damn.
good. I
Where did you guys
vote
get all
for
this
riding on
gold?
Sven's back. Is that an option?
I found 17 on those dead guys. And
yeah.
I had some coming into this game, but I can't remember how much because I didn't write it down. One second.
I have 5.
I have 10 gold.
I have 28.
I think I have like 50.
Damn.
Dang, ballin'.
Well,
You could buy a whole potato with that money.
Well, potatoes are my favorite food.
So, what would you like to do? Would you like to try and negotiate a sled? You know it was a bit more than you have, or you could attempt to walk.
well, regardless, Holly's gonna go and buy a few more days worth of rations.
Okay, yeah, no problem. They cost the player's handbook value.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I only have enough for one ration.
Yeah. The dry food isn't very popular. It's the exotic stuff that really goes for a lot.
Like potatoes.
How about healing
5
healing
silver,
potions? Do they have any?
You have to go to the outfitters outpost anyway if you want to talk to them about the sleds. So you can ask if they have any healing potions. As I recall, they didn't at the last location, but you never know.
Do they have? Am I on mute?
You're not.
Do they have sleds and things that we can rent?
Yes, they do.
How much are they?
Well, you're not there. You can go there and ask.
Can we go there and ask?
Absolutely, if that's where you'd like to go. So Isadora is going to the outfitters outpost. Would anyone like to join her?
Hey,
Follow.
Okay, great. So you get to the outfitters outpost, and a large half orc is behind the counter.
I'm gonna walk up and say hello.
Hello.
We're looking to purchase things for a truck.
Does he look approachable, or does he look kind of?
Make an insight check.
Well, do you want me to roll it, or do you?
Oh yes, I would very much like to roll it.
I believe it's a +2. I said.
Yes, you did. He looks like he's your next best friend.
Awesome.
I go up and reach my hand up to shake it.
He sort of tentatively gives you a high five.
Well, that's good enough. Nice to meet you.
Hello, little person. I am Baba.
Hello, Baba.
What brings you to Outfitters Outpost, an Icewind Dale franchise?
Going on a trek.
Yep, we are going to Care. Oh, I forgot.
Care Koenig.
Care Koenig. We're going over land, so we need to make sure that we're prepared for the trip.
Ah, well, unfortunately, all of my dog sleds are letted out.
Oh.
That is unfortunate.
Yes. Is there anything else I could help you with?
Do you offer any other supplies for travel, or is it just the dogs? That you
We have rations. I heard a rumor, and he sort of leans in like this. He's like, I heard a rumor that the Outfitters Outpost franchise in Bremen sold a potato recently.
Wow. For how much? Do you know?
No, the stories, nay, the legends do not say.
If I find any new information out about this, I will share it with you, my friend.
Yes, little friend, I am grateful for your assistance. Is there anything else I can do to make your journey a more hospitable one?
Do you have any potions that may heal us if we were to become wounded or hurt?
He sort of looks at his shelving unit. It's basically completely empty. Every shelf is dusty. There's one bottle on the shelf. He's like, I think that's a healing potion.
You think?
How
It's
much
either
would
a
you sell
healing
that
potion.
for?
It's either a healing potion or a vial of alchemist's fire. I don't remember which.
How much?
Holly goes over and is it like within grabbing range to check it out, or is it behind the counter?
Let's see. There's 7 shelves. We'll say there's 8 shelves. Absolutely, it's well within your reach.
Can I try and identify what it is?
Yes, make me a Arcana or Religion check.
I'll make a religion because I'm not proficient in Arcana. 15.
You think it's alchemist fire. Baba glances over at Sven.
It did look fire.
Baba glances over at Sven and says, "You are very large."
How tall is this guy?
He's probably about the upper limit for a half orc, close to 6'10".
Oh, yeah, I'm towering over him then. Yeah, because
Yes.
I'm 8 feet. So
Yes.
I'll look at him and be like,
God. Never mind. I'm
yeah.
patting you on your calf from now on.
You're pretty big there too, friend. Do you happen to have any sleds without the dogs available?
No, unfortunately I don't. We had one, but they didn't bring it back. I wish I'd asked for that potato as a deposit.
If only.
Darn. Well, what other cool stuff do you have in here? Looks like your shelves are pretty bare.
There hasn't been a shipment for some time. And he sort of leans in and whispers to you, "This cursed winter will not end."
Oh yeah, I hear that there. Well, at least you don't have to shovel, right?
Ha!
Ah,
That was funny.
And I guess Sven will start walking around and like literally just picking things up and looking underneath them to see if there's anything. So if there's like a barrel, he'll just pick up the entire barrel and
Yep.
look underneath,
Um,
and maybe like pick up the shelving unit and just kind of wiggle it around a little bit.
Yeah,
Just
so
to make sure nothing falls off.
There's not a lot of interesting stuff. The main you find there's a sack of sacks. So inside the sack there's four more sacks. And then you find something that you're not too sure of. It's a sack, but it's sealed, and it's you pick it up and it's sort of it's hard to explain. It sort of crackles.
I'll pick it up and I'll look at it and be like, "Hey, looks like you have a bag of bags. Do you mind if I take one?"
Absolutely. Please help yourself at only double the player's handbook value.
Oh, well, how much is that going to be? Because
think
I don't
it's-
know how much a bag is.
I think it's 4 gold with
4
the
gold.
increase.
How about this? If I can beat you in an arm wrestling competition, half price,
Yes.
aka regular price.
Yes. But I'm gonna be kind to you, and we're gonna say best 2 out of 3.
Oh yeah, that sounds fantastic.
Okay. So we're gonna do opposed athletics checks. So he sort of like this seems like it might be the best day of his life. He basically knocks everything off the top of a table, and he puts his arm down and puts his hand up.
Holly gets up on the table and gets like a really serious face, goes into her umpire mode, puts her hands on both the hands.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
And then
looks
I'm
at both of
gonna
you.
I'm gonna go into a rage.
Are
and
you?
get, like just like like start pumping myself up? You know, like Dwight in the back seat of the car with the rock music on The Office.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like basically doing that, like yeah, and then then I'll get my arm up and get ready.
He as you do that, he sort of looks at you and he's like, yes, I too am angry. And let's do it. So you
right.
get advantage on the strength check, of course, because you're raging. So too does he. And
Yep.
you remember it's best 2 out of 3.
Sweet.
Oh. I rolled a 20. So
20.
that is 26.
Oh wow, 22.
Okay.
He wins.
He wins the first round. So he said, you are very strong. Let us go again. What'd you get?
I got 23 that time.
Yeah, I only got a 16. So you pin his hand, and he's like
1-1.
banging himself in the
Come
head,
on,
saying,
Sven, come on,
I too
Sven."
am angry. I too am angry. And remember, you have 1 reroll, courtesy of 2,000 donated channel points. Thank you for that, Hawkmere. Of course, I would thank you more if you gave me a reroll, because that would be more enjoyable for me. But yes, this is round 3. Who will take the
right.
arm wrestling contest? Oh, here we go.
I think
I
I might.
bribed you for next week, Gary.
Okay.
Wow.
I think I might have won. I got a nat 20 plus 5, 25.
I got a nat 17, but that's only 23.
Yes. Close last
Yeah,
fight.
I
get
saved
it,
2
Sven.
whole gold.
Yes.
Yay!
Hey, you guys, I saved 2 whole gold.
I
Look at
give
that.
Sven a high five.
He
Good
he
job.
he pats you on your shoulder and says, "Yes, that is good."
I'll
Oh.
flip a gold coin over to Sven as like my contribution.
Me too.
Sweet. Ha!
Th-
Didn't
Thanks
even
for
have
the
to pay for it.
entertainment.
How much would you want for that alchemist fire over there?
Well, it's dusty. I would take 25 gold for it.
What if I beat you in an arm wrestling match?
12.5 gold.
Who's going to bite the golden half?
It's fine. Thank you.
Sven, are you going to ask him about the crinkly sack in the corner?
Yeah, that I'll have that one. I'll bring it over and be like, okay, isn't this one of those bags then there?
Oh no, that is very special. That is an invention of my own design.
Oh, well, I thought I was buying this for 2 gold.
No, you were buying an empty sack. That
Yeah.
is anti-invis-benemy.
Anti-in what? What?
Anti-invis-benemy.
Oh,
That make you
fancy.
sleepy?
No.
What does that do?
It makes your enemies not invisible.
Yes. Ha!
Oh,
You
cool.
get inspiration, Isadora.
I spent too much time with you.
So,
Do you throw it at them and
Hey,
then they're
yeah.
no longer invisible?
No. So, as I
does
said,
the same discount carry on over?
no. This is a very unique item. So he opens it up, and what you see on the inside are just broken clay jugs. And he says, "You pour the anti-invis-benemy sack around your camp, so that if you're sleeping and your enemies are invisible, they will crinkle over top of the broken shards, and you will hear them, and you will not die. Anti-invis-benemy, now accepting money from the walrus tank."
I would like to know how much this is.
Is that a Shark Tank joke?
Heyo.
How much are you selling this for, and how many uses do you get out of it?
Well, it depends on how big your camp is, but at least one. And I
And
will.
if you want to pick up the
I
shards
mean, I would hope
afterwards.
at least one.
It would be. It would cost you 4 gold for the sack. It would cost you. He's sort of counting on his fingers. It's going to cost you 2 gold for the inside, and it's going to cost you 4 gold for the innovation.
So 3 gold total? Is that what I heard?
No, 9.
That sounds about no.
Wait, 9 as in 9 or
9 is in 9 gold. You got the 4 for the sack, and the 2 for the
So-
stuff inside, and the
so no gold then, right?
So,
9 gold.
So I guess I'm just kind of curious. What's to stop us from just, going and doing this ourselves? Because, you kind of told us everything, and
Got a
that's
patent.
kind of all we need. And for that reason, I think I'm out.
I am also out.
We just need to go find like a pot to break.
he sighs, and he turns away.
Do you sell any pots?
Do you sell any pot?
Yeah, I might have one
Like a vase.
I might have one or
pot. I'll
two.
go either way.
I might have 1 or 2 ceramic jugs in the back. Wait a second. No jugs for you.
So I kind of take like 8 gold pieces in my hand, and I kind of like give it to him, and I say, I think that's a pretty neat idea, and I take the sack.
Oh, very good, very good. He takes the coins and he counts them. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is right. And he shoves the gold in his pocket.
It's not right.
It's not?
No, it's
Oh,
supposed to be
God.
9.
Oh, okay.
9,
So he owes me
9,
1
9.
more. Great. One more. Thank
I have
you.
integrity.
Well, so how about this? We'll use it. We'll field test this, and we'll let you know how it is. I mean, you want to know if it's a viable product.
It's
right?
a viable product. And he looks at
Have you tested it?
he looks at Agara, and he looks over his shoulder conspiratorially, and he leans down behind the counter, and he pulls out a quill. And it's a beautiful white feather. It's long. It's about maybe 16 inches long, and the quill is very sharp. And he says, "I've been waiting to give this to somebody very special." And he hands it to you.
To me?
Yes, to you. For your honesty.
Talking to Agara.
I take
kinda
it.
Start to walk away.
But you still owe me 1 gold.
I give you 1 gold.
Oh, see, your honesty will become legend. ho, ho, ho. All right. So, why don't we take a break here? We will go refresh our drinks, and we will come back, and we will begin the march north to Caer Koenig. Don't go away.
Koenig.
All right. Welcome back. Thanks so much for sticking with us. If you missed the beginning of our episode, the brave heroes were investigating an abandoned ferry and seeking the origins and trying to find some understanding about why they were attacked by a group of Duergar. Now they're heading north to Caer Konig to follow up on a lead they found on a map in a locked boat. So, you're just going to head north. What are you going to do? How are you going to travel?
Does
On
anyone
Sven's shoulder.
need foot things? Because you
Crampons?
don't have a sleigh. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I have some. Does anyone need to buy any?
I have some.
What are you, a shop now?
I'm just checking. I want to be in the middle of a mountain and someone loses their footing and they're all like, man, I should have bought some crampons.
Wait, are you selling me these crampons? Or
No, I thought, are we not still at the store?
oh, I thought we started walking north.
No, you started walking.
Well, I want to just check with everyone. It's like, did everyone pee before we like leave the last bathroom? That's like what I want to know, if everyone's ready.
Okay.
Didn't we grab some snowshoes at some point too?
I got
Yes.
some before the last thing we did, but
I'm just making sure everyone's good, okay?
thank you, Isadora.
All
So-
right, I guess we start going then.
So you start going. It's daytime. The conditions are more or less good. It's snowing, but it's not. I mean, daytime for Icewind Dale, rather. The hours are daytime, but it's obviously an endless night. So you're traveling throughout across the ice road, and you don't see anyone. Jock, you've been here longer than the others. You know that these roads would have been not full of travelers, but they would definitely be traveled by people, especially during the day, trying to go between Caer Konig and the other cities around this lake. After about 6 hours, you come to a bend in the lake. You can stop. You can keep going. You're on your way, and you're getting closer to Caer Dineval, which is on the way to Caer Konig, going north. You're about 4 hours away, you suspect, from Caer Dineval. No, sorry. You've been traveling for 7. It's probably going to take you another 6 or 7 hours to get to Caer Dineval. Are you going to rest, or are you going to push through the night?
We got about 4 hours of travel left. you said?
No, 7. 7.
7.
Yeah.
I definitely think we should rest it if it's 7
Yeah.
hours.
How far have we gone? Should we-
You've been traveling for about 6 hours already, and you've got another 7 hours to go.
Oh, that's far. Maybe we should sleep.
We're in the evening now, right?
Yeah, it's getting to. I mean, it's endless night, but it's getting toward the time of the evening. Yeah.
Did we get any pots?
Yes, Jacques Friest bought the anti-invis Benemy sack.
Then I'm all for sleeping. Let's give it a try.
Yeah, let's take care of that. Settle in, set up our camp.
Okay, sure.
First test run.
While everybody's getting camp ready, can I take a quick scout of the area and see if there's any like animal trails or anything that looks like I could set a little trap, maybe get us some fresh meat?
Yeah, sure. You don't see any game trails really immediately, but
Okay.
make me a survival check.
All right. 10.
Yeah, you don't see any game trails. There's nothing obvious where you would set a snare. You can set a snare and hope for the best, but you don't see anything that really jumps out at you as saying, "Yeah, I want to put a snare here."
Yeah, I won't bother then.
Okay.
Then you could just holler out, here, Elkie, Elkie, Elkie. That's my
Oh yeah, but that only works on the fish.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with the elk, you have to be really quiet. And you can't say, oh, hello, there's anybody home, because that's a bad idea.
they don't like talking too much.
No, not really. And then you just shoot them, just with the crossbow.
Alrighty, so hey guys, should we try out this bag of tricks that I got? Well, I guess we already have a bag of tricks, but the bag of
we may as
trap.
well, right?
I mean, do we want to use it now, or do we want to just set up a?
We're about to set up camp, yeah.
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 Okay.
I think so long as we put it out before we go to bed.
But this is a one-time use, though, right? Like if
Yeah.
we
Not
don't.
We could pick up the shards. There's nothing stopping us from picking up the shards.
Yeah, you can try for sure.
We can certainly try.
I'm sure we can
Okay.
find another pot somewhere.
Okay,
There's
yeah.
gotta
So
be a pot dealer somewhere around here.
Definitely.
I remember him saying that if we, depending on the size of our camp, I'm gonna try to like, minimize our camp size so
Okay.
that way we can potentially get another use out of it. If we can't, pick up the shards.
Okay.
Well, how small are these shards? They're big enough to be like to make noise if stepped on. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably fairly large shards. Like I don't think it'll be
Good
that hard to
thing.
pick them up.
Right. I think the only ones we wouldn't be able to pick up are if they got stepped on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so
We'll
you
see,
can sort of spin them around your camp and keep it a nice tight circle. You don't even have to use the whole bag if you want to keep everybody sort of contained in one area.
I mean, I guess the circle has to be at least 8 feet so Sven can lie down.
By
Pretty
the
much.
That
time,
is fair.
but by
Or
the
we
time
could
we
all
do
just lay
that, then
on
they're just
Sven.
gonna be on
Oh.
top of us.
Yeah. Actually, that's a
Good
good
point.
point.
You guys do you. You tell me what you'd like.
Hold on. By the time what?
By
Well,
the
if
time
it-
you put down the pot in a tiny circle, then they're gonna crunch on it and be right next to our faces and kill us. So, I mean, honestly, I think that we could probably use those at another point. Maybe when we're trying to booby trap something, or maybe.
Or we could just be a little more like frugal with, or less frugal with how we set it up too.
Well,
Yeah,
and
or-
someone can keep watch so that there's an immediate reaction in case somebody does breach the barrier.
Oh, we definitely need to have someone on watch.
So I think that
We
would
can take
decrease our
turns.
response time.
I'll take first watch
Okay.
or last, whichever you
Well,
prefer.
We should find out who has night vision.
Well, it's the endless
I do.
night. I believe I do too.
I
No.
don't
Okay,
think
so
I-
then someone who doesn't should go first.
Yes, I have dark vision, but I really don't like taking a shift in the middle of the night. It kind of interrupts my sleep. I kind of like to get a full night's rest. So first or last is kind
Your
of good.
Majesty, I'll take first watch. Don't worry.
All right, I'll take last.
Okay. So Jacques, Lexi, who's going in the middle?
Sure. So if it's endless night, is it always the same amount of dark?
It's a little brighter during the day, but only marginally. It's still pretty much dark the whole time. It's like there's some ethereal cloud cover which is preventing the sun from getting all the way through. There are times where it becomes slightly lighter during the day, but for the most part, it's just night.
So really, the ones with dark vision should be in the middle.
Yeah,
And
I mean,
maybe-
you're at the point now at the time you are that it's just going to be black the whole time. So
it.
yeah.
All right, well then whatever.
Okay.
Um,
Are you doing anything special beyond just watches, or?
how long are each watch going to be? 2 to 3 hours, or
Yes.
each? I mean, like how long are each of the watches going to be?
I mean, what? There's 5 of us. 2 hours each is a 10-hour sleep,
That sounds
or an
about
8-hour
But
sleep.
we're having 3 watches, right?
Math.
I'm basically useless. I don't have any dark vision or special skills.
Okay, well, how about we do 2 hours each? 6 hours seems good for the middle of coldness.
Well, I'm only asking because I'm gonna wild shape for it, and I can only wild shape for 2 hours at this level. So,
That works.
I am going to wild shape into a snow leopard.
Okay.
Excellent
Think I can
choice.
do that?
And I pet the snow leopard.
Can we be friends?
Possibly. Do you have any snacks? Meow 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 meow.
I
meow,
can
meow.
find some snacks.
I reach into Holly's bag and I grab another good berry and I give it to the cat.
There are no good berries in my bag.
I thought you had 10 and we used 2.
They expire after 24 hours.
No. Do we have any food?
I mean, I can make more before I transform if you guys don't have food of your own.
No, it's fine. Just give the kitty a treat.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
What's the CR for this thing? Oh, CR3. I can't be a snow leopard.
That's sad,
I'll-
but I look forward
I'll-
to the day.
I'll be an animal with dark vision that's good with cold. Snow wolf
An owl? Whoo, whoo.
or snow? No, I can't have a fly speed. I'll turn into a wolf.
Okay.
A sitting owl?
All right.
I believe a wolf is appropriate. For
Are
a
you
creature.
going to be doing anything special beyond what you've already told me?
Actually, I'll prowl around outside of the camp.
Okay.
I'll avoid the circle of pot shards so I don't trigger the trap or whatever. But
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
I'm sleeping.
Okay.
Is anyone able to like I don't know, how do you like set up a perimeter? I guess that's what our pots are for.
Well, I mean, you could look for a location that's sort of out of the cold. You can build yourself an ice berm to break the wind. You can try and find some natural terrain to sort of make it a bit warmer for you. There's just
I
all
thought
sorts
we
of
were
things you
already
could.
like set up and doing watches.
Yeah,
I'll
you
make
can.
that.
I'm just saying, like, that's.
Well, I'm just saying I won't wild shape until I start my watch.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
You guys are the survival people.
Do we
then-
see any suitable places to camp?
Yeah, sure. You can make me a survival check. Actually, I will make a survival check. What's your bonus, Lexi?
+3.
Yeah, you find a decent spot. You think it's a little covered from the wind, but you think that the night is still going to get cold out here in the open, particularly this close to the lake as the ice road is. But you think it might not be quite as bad.
I mean, we're obviously going to cuddle for warmth.
Okay. All right. So, Holly, during your watch, you don't see anything of note. Everyone except Holly can make me a Constitution saving throw, please. You may do so with advantage.
Is it for cold or?
It is for cold, yes. You automatically succeed.
Yeah.
What is that? Like, what do I use something for that?
Yes, your Constitution saving throw is your Constitution bonus.
Oh,
Jacques got a 7.
Okay,
12.
12. Cassie?
5.
5. Okay.
Are we all dead?
As you sleep, Jacques and Agara, the cold, you've bedded down and you've done your best to protect yourselves from the cold. Oh, Hawkmere notes you have a reroll. If
Oh, we
anybody
have-
wants to use it.
We have 2 rerolls.
Okay, yeah, you do have 2
Reroll it.
rerolls.
Don't we
Jacques,
have a
Agara.
fire?
I want to reroll.
Yes, you can reroll, Agara.
Oh.
There's nothing really to burn, Isadora. There's no wood. It's just you could have maybe made yourself a snow cave.
How do I fare against the 13?
13. Okay, what'd you get, Agara?
A 7.
Okay. So Jacques, you seem to feel very, very cold, but then you sort of wake up for a second and realize that was just a dream. But Agara, for you, the cold seeps into your bones. It's almost as though the edges of your soul are being frozen, and you take one level of exhaustion.
That's
You don't see anything of note, Holly. Next up is Isadora. Holly sort of nudges you with a wolfy snout and indicates that it's your turn to take watch.
Okie dokie.
After about an hour, I'd like you to tell me what your perception bonus is.
4.
Okay.
Just okay.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you.
There's no like comment. No nothing. You're just curious.
Yeah, I was just wanted to know what it was about. Don't worry about it.
Can I like investigate or anything?
Sure. Yeah.
While I'm sitting
I
here?
mean, why would you investigate? You just want to wander around and check things out.
Like, put out my feelers.
Okay, you want to put out some feelers? Sure.
Cast feelers.
Make me an investigation check, but please do it at disadvantage. So you roll 2 d20s and you take the lower roll.
Thanks. Okay. Which check am I doing?
Investigation.
Oh, I knew that.
Tells me they weren't that good.
12.
Yeah, your feelers don't really feel anything worth noting.
Man.
And after about another hour, it's your turn to wake up Jacques Friest.
Jacques.
I'm awake. Okay. I got this.
All right. Jacques Friest, for no particular reason, what is your perception bonus?
It's a suspect.
I mean,
He's
your
a
character
DM.
has
Everything.
no idea he's rolling.
0, my friend.
Plus,
Zero.
your perception bonus is +0. Great.
He's a DM. Everything that he does is suspect, technically.
Great.
He's
And he's
sus.
Gary.
He's sus. Let's
Okay.
vote him off.
Okay. Thanks for that, letting me know. So 2 hours passes more or less uneventfully.
Nice. All right, so daylight comes and I kind of wake the party.
I mean, it's still endless night, but I mean the 2 hours ends and you get up. You all feel well rested, all except that reminds me though. Lexi, Isadora, Agara, and Jacques, please make me one more Constitution saving throw, if you would.
Constitution. This isn't a poison, is it?
No.
15.
I'm using my inspiration.
What does that mean?
Your inspiration, basically, it just gives you the opportunity to give yourself advantage on a roll.
Oh.
Okay,
That's
I
15,
can
fine.
re-roll ones no matter what, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good, because I rolled a 7. Then I used my inspiration, rolled a natural 1.
Yeah.
So I'm re-rolling the natural 1.
Okay.
Third time's the charm.
We believe
Natural
in you.
Natural 19.
Okay, Jacques, what'd you get?
Got a 6.
Okay, Agara, what'd you get?
12.
Okay, Holly,
21.
Isadora.
15.
So as you're sleeping, Jacques, the dream it comes back. It's almost as though long, icy fingers wrap themselves around you and begin to squeeze tighter and tighter, and you too take a level of exhaustion.
And I start like giggling, like it tickled.
Sure.
Okay, good.
All right, so you are all able to wake up. Agara and Jacques are suffering a level of exhaustion, and you may continue your trek northward.
Sven wakes up and he's like, oh yeah, that was a great sleep. And then he gets up and starts doing some morning calisthenics, push-ups, jumping jacks, the whole deal.
Holly wakes up and stretches and just casts takes her berries and pulls out 10 more. She casts good berry and offers them up for meals if you'd like.
That's not going to help with my exhaustion, is it?
No, you need restoration for that, unfortunately.
Or a full
Nah, I
night's
don't got
sleep.
that. Yeah, you'll feel better tomorrow, assuming you get a good night's sleep. Hopefully,
So
we can stay at an inn.
what, Cassie, what was your character's race?
She is a water.
Oh,
Genasi.
Genasi, right. Okay, so they're
Yeah.
like normal, like 5-6 feet tall or something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Anthony, yours is a gnome? Is that right?
I speak better gnome.
Gnome. So when I see both of them being like really chilly and stuff, I'll hand my Yeti pelt that I got from the Duergar. I'll hand that off to Agara, and then I'll ask Jacques and be like, so I know this might be a little bit embarrassing, but I know a good way to get you warm. Are you open-minded?
Somewhat.
Okay, and then I take some of the stuff that's in my backpack, and I kind of fashion a papoose out of the sack and some rope and stuff like that, and put it on my chest, and then I just kind of put him in the sack, and then throw my cloak over myself because I don't suffer from cold, like the penalties of high altitudes and being cold. So I'm naturally hot-blooded and
Check it.
trying to warm him a little bit. Trying to warm him up a little bit, even though he looks ridiculous.
This is a great visual. It's a really
It's so
good
cute.
visual.
It's so adorable.
So then,
Yeah.
Jacques, I'm gonna kind of like form an icicle in my hand and like start eating it like a little popsicle.
So,
Wow.
you're walking north toward Cair Dinwall. What is everyone's passive perception?
Well,
What does that mean?
Your passive perception is 13, Allison.
Oh, how do
Same
you
here.
know that?
I know everything.
But explain it.
No, it's actually 12. It's your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom bonus. So 2 plus 2
+8.
plus 8. Oh, no, plus 10.
Weird,
I was right.
weird
Oh, is it
D&D
10?
math. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
spell save is 8 plus proficiency.
Basically,
that's right.
passive perception is just your bonus to perception plus 10.
Mine's 11.
Okay.
Those 14.
Mine's 10 because I'm eating a icicle lollipop.
And I can't be surprised pretty much because I have my whatever it's called. Where is it? I have some sort of thing that makes it so it's hard to surprise me.
Okay.
Danger sense. That's it.
Oh wait, it's actually like on the side here. That's very helpful.
Yep.
Yeah, D&D Beyond's pretty good.
Danger sense. What is it? What does danger
That's-
sense do? I
That's
don't think it can do-
advantage. That's advantage on dex saving throws against things that you can see.
Mhm.
So if you're not
Yeah,
blinded,
like,
deafened, or incapacitated,
Traps
Right.
and stuff.
So,
yeah, so- if I see it,
all of you see what looks like an abominable snowman emerging out of the ground as you're walking, but then it disappears.
Does it disappear just like
Yeah, it just sort of
vanishes or
sinks back into the snow cover.
ah?
So we can't like go after it and try to get another Yeti cloak.
You could. It looks more like a snowman than a yeti.
Oh.
Yeah.
I get like a shiver down my spine, and I like tap on Sven's calf. Can I ride on your shoulders?
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't think that we should be near that thing. Let's get going, and I'll just go ahead and put my hand out to kind of allow you to right up there.
I'll climb up and just kind of keep an eye out.
So yeah, you're able to make it to Caer Dinwall without any molestation.
Before we get to the actual city or like village, I'll undo Jacques from the papoose and allow him to go on my other shoulder or get down or whatever he wants to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna claim the other shoulder because I'm a little jealous that Holly's on the other.
You were swaddled,
There
you
you go.
piece of shit.
Uh,
Getting weird.
a little
Yes, it
number.
Wow. This campaign has gone in a whole different way than I expected it.
That's how D&D be,
Sven
though.
loves his friends.
Um,
And he can't swaddle Agara because
That's
not
why,
too big.
Sven.
size difference doesn't really fully work. You
What
can't
about
fit in a
me?
sack. Wait,
I'll just
You
get
could
you off your
probably
back.
swaddle Isadora. I think you could pull it off.
I'll try it next time.
All right.
If
No,
she's-
swaddle
wants.
me.
Oh my God.
He just needs a big hammock and he can just like carry all of us.
I could be the big
this
spoon
is
for like
a city,
3 people.
right? This isn't like
yeah, it's a
or this
town.
is like a okay.
Yeah.
I've
Does
completely
there seem to
forgotten
be
what we're
people
doing.
walking around, or
I mean, at this time, there's not that many people walking around. You see one person; they're able to direct you to an inn or a tavern called the Uphill Climb, and says you can get some chowder,
chowder?
and tide you
Ale.
over. Yeah.
I hope it's actually chowder and not gruel called chowder.
Well, let's go find out.
Or people chowder.
Well, yeah, let's go check it out.
I could use some ale. I'm cold.
There's a man. He's sort of wiping down the bar.
Well, let's walk over to the man.
Hello.
Hello. We'd like to get some ale and chowder.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, chowder, totally doable. I'm out of ale. The East Haven ferry, it's just being closed has crippled me more or less, and it's been a real tough go. But chowder got the best in this tavern. I tell you that right now.
All right. Well, we'll take a round of chowder. Do you have anything to drink?
Yeah, ice water.
Sure.
I mean, I could like get you a cup of snow.
You know I like ice in my water, so that works.
So he gives you some ice waters and chowder, and it only charges you a gold piece for all of it.
Deal.
Not paying.
I'll pay.
Because you pay, I'll slip out my flask because I still had some of that piss and vinegar alcohol from
Oh,
that very
delicious.
first place that we started. I'll give you hand it over, give you a little swig.
Thanks, babe.
You guys get another reroll should you need one. Yeah, the night passes more or less uneventfully. You're able to sort of rest in the tavern and continue heading north to Caer Konig.
Wait, is that not where we were?
No, there's a tavern. There's a town between Caer Konig and Caer
Oh,
Dinah.
I
Yeah.
see. I see. Okay.
Another K word.
Gotcha.
You think that it's gonna take about 7 or 8 hours to get to Caer Konig. It wouldn't ordinarily take this long from Caer Dinewall. You understand, but conditions are really bad. It's very snowy when you're getting ready to set out, so you think it's going to take a lot of extra time to get there.
Okay, 2 questions.
Is
Okay.
1, can we rest? Like, are we allowed to sleep anywhere?
Yeah,
Is there anywhere to sleep?
you're able to just sort of sleep by the fire in the tavern. He doesn't
Because
mind.
we did just walk like 7 hours or
Yep,
something.
Yep.
And
Um,
then can we rent anything? Is there a store or is it just this tavern in the middle
Yeah,
of nowhere?
it's just the tavern for now. The stores are closed right now.
We're getting our
And
money's
then-
worth out of the crammons.
And then third question, who is your daddy and what does he do?
That's 2 more questions.
That's borderline negative inspiration, Anthony. Just gotta say that about that. Hey, Kishan.
does that mean that they don't have exhaustion anymore?
Yep,
because
the
the
exhaustion
night's
has
sleep?
disappeared. You have gotten a full night's sleep, and it has gone away.
I want to ask the bartender before we trek out again. Is it always this stormy here, or would it be worth it to wait for the weather to clear?
Up
I'm
north
gonna
around the
assume
river,
the weather doesn't clear.
the last few days it's been rough, my friend. Very rough.
I'd like to go outside and see if there's any dog sleds that are outside, maybe parked up next to the tavern or something like that for the night
That we could steal?
without the dogs.
We want to
Yeah,
see our dog tattoo, like so badly.
the outfitter's outpost actually has a closed sign on it.
Are there any sleds outside, or is it
No.
all locked
No,
inside?
it's all locked inside. Yeah, assuming they have
Are
any.
there any fences?
Okay, do we want to walk or do we want to break in, try to steal a sled, and leave some money?
Well, when do
I
they
don't think
open?
break
Because
in.
didn't we go to sleep and do a rest? So shouldn't the stores be open now?
Yeah,
think
no,
it's in
it's not an issue of the timing. It's just the outfitter's
Just-
outpost
they're
franchise
closed.
is closed. Yeah.
I'm just saying that I can lockpick and I also have a lot of gold. So we could like bust in and then try to take a sled if there is one. And then I could just like leave 2 gold on the counter and be like, thanks.
Okay.
Agara
could.
doesn't like it, but she understands it's a matter of survival.
I mean, 8 hours is far.
I
Yeah.
don't know if it's really a thing of survival with this. It would just make our lives easier.
Well,
It's
it
a
depends on how
convenience thing.
Or how many constitution rolls we have to make between here and there.
I suppose, yeah.
I'm not doing too well with that.
I mean,
I don't really want to steal, but I'm not
But
going to
is
stop
it
you guys from it.
stealing if
Yeah.
I also pay?
I am
it's a
totally
B&E at the very
content
least.
riding on Sven's shoulders.
Yeah, because you're little, but he can only carry so many people.
Why you gotta be so big?
Whoa, come on, man! It should know better.
That's rude.
Oh,
Oh
well,
my
not like
God.
that. Just
Uh huh.
I'm just a little guy.
Wow. This
Yeah,
is
you are.
this is
We've just gone off the
gotten
rails,
out of
eh?
hand.
Fine,
Oh
fine.
my
Just
God.
break into the shop and we'll leave 2 gold. I'll
I'm
leave
not
another
gonna-
2 gold.
I'm not gonna break into the shop without everyone's consent. Like this is a communal decision whether to break in or to just check. I'm just giving you the option based on my skills
I
and
respect that.
money. That's all. I'm just giving the option.
And then when we leave, we can just wildfire the shop.
Okay,
don't respect
I
that.
wasn't
I don't.
actually gonna burn this one.
Okay, I'm for breaking in.
Okay, let's go break in.
All right. Make me a. Are you going to try and do it out of sight of everybody? Are you going to try and be stealthy about it?
I mean, I guess so.
Okay.
How many people are around?
I mean, there's not that many, but people do walk by occasionally. It's completely up to you. If you want to do it or not.
Jacques, make a distraction.
Yeah, I can create a minor illusion off in the distance.
I mean, I'm stealthy also.
Yeah, I mean we can combine our.
Yeah, safe then
Are
sorry.
Are there any people outside like nearby ish?
Is there a back door?
There isn't. You can go around the back, but there isn't. It's just the front door.
You want me to make a stealth check, don't you?
I don't want you to do anything. I want you to do what you feel is right.
Yeah, I'm gonna create a
But yes,
minor
make a stealth check.
illusion.
And you may do so with advantage on
thank you,
account
babe.
of the illusion.
18.
18. All right. Just gonna roll some dice here for no particular reason. Think nothing of the dice rolling.
I don't trust your dice rolling.
Okay, make me a lockpicks check.
What is that's
It's pick locks, so or thieves' tools, so that's +5 for you.
23.
Yeah, you're easily able to pick the lock.
Woohoo! Okay, can we look around for
Absolutely. So you push the door open, and there's nothing inside.
blood? Of course.
There's not even a counter. There's a spot on the floor where the counter was. You can see that it's actually been removed, and there's nothing. It's just an empty room. Basically, the exact same room as the Outfitters Outpost franchises you've seen in the other towns, but there's nothing here. It's literally been removed from the ground up.
This
Probably
is
for
very,
firewood or
like,
something.
wah, wah. Fine. Well, I guess we exit, relock the door.
Before we exit, are there wooden planks on the floor?
Yes, there are 3 left.
I would like to take the wooden planks.
So you'd like to steal the wooden planks from the Outfitters Outpost.
Ooh, we can make a fire.
I would like to stealthily obtain them sans payment.
So steal
Nobody's
them.
there.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's empty.
Yeah, so you take
But
the
we're
planks.
still walking out.
Yep.
Yay, doggy.
So yeah, what was Jacques' illusion? Because I want to know what was so, like what and kept people's attention and enraptured them so much.
What did I create?
Hey, come on, Jock. What was it?
Well, I'm actually reading this spell, and like I can't do anything that epic. So, yeah.
Oh,
Did
well,
you make an ice wall?
While whatever his fanciness is doing, I want to take these wooden planks and try to fashion them into a makeshift sled.
How big are these planks?
I created the
size?
illusion of a smell of a roasted turkey coming from the opposite way of people.
That's
Shouldn't it
sick.
be
Horrible. That is
roasted
horrible.
It's almost
potato?
like when you go to Burger King or you're driving down the road and there's a Burger King and you can smell a flame broiled Whopper.
If I were
man.
DM, I'd make you chaotic evil at this point.
Shouldn't it be a potato?
Just
Who smells a potato?
French
Everyone-
fries,
Potatoes are delicious
mashed
Have
in
you
potatoes.
ever-
every form other than raw.
Have you ever driven by a Burger King and smelled a potato?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes,
Every time.
fries. I used to work at McDonald's, and when I left, I smelled like French fries, and that sounds disgusting, but it was also amazing.
All right. So you can lash the planks together, Sven, but it's not really made for sledding. So I mean, it's just basically you dragging 3 planks behind you that are tied together.
Can I put my bedroll on it?
Sure.
Why are you risking your bedroll
We
again?
need, we
Why
need
with the
comfort
bedrolls?
on the sled.
Did you take an extra bedroll? You should have taken an extra
He
bedroll.
definitely should have, and I was listening for it. I didn't hear him do it.
I just have the one. I only need one. And
Yeah,
then when
you
that
only
one's
need
gone,
one, but
You
then
always
keep
waste
using
it.
Why don't you take 2 and then you can use one for your harebrained schemes and then still have one for sleeping?
I ain't got room for multiple bedrolls.
Jacques is trying to get into bedrolls with people. That's what this is all about.
Oh my god, the
Well,
dog
he's not doing
teleported.
a very good job because I think that halfling the other night was interested.
All right.
He was
So
definitely interested.
So you continue north, pressing through the storm, and it is absolutely brutal. As soon as you stop moving, the cold gets into you, and it becomes harder and harder for you to walk. You realize eventually you are going to have to stop because the 8 hours is going to turn into something longer, and you don't know how long it's going to take.
How bad is the weather right now?
It's basically completely whiteout conditions. You can't even see the road anymore. You can barely see each other in front of you.
Oh boy.
There's still trees and forest and stuff off to the side of the roads.
No, you're more or less in an open whiteout
Like
spot
a-
right now.
Like a waste, like ice waste.
Yep, like a frozen
Okay.
wasteland. Yep.
Well, I don't think that there's a whole lot that we're gonna be able to accomplish here. So maybe we could just, make one of those little snow houses, and then we can stay in there for tonight.
I suppose we could try to make an igloo. That sounds fun.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
hey,
you're
you have your ice, right?
icy.
Yeah, you want me to make some ice walls? I can.
Yeah,
Do
so we just need to build some, like, make it and just put it up and then do the thing, and then you just be like ice, and then yeah, it should be perfectly good to go.
Oh, the proper incantation is ice, ice, baby.
Oh yeah, that
Negative
sounds very
inspiration.
good.
Thank you.
Dun, 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 dun,
No,
dun,
I
dun.
can't allow.
Well,
I
everyone's-
can't, in good conscience, allow that shit in this game.
No.
Man, you
Listen,
are so
I'm
on
not-
the dime with these puns, like one way or the other.
Mhm.
I
Okay,
Say Baby is a great song.
so you are. Am I understanding this correctly? You are going to attempt to build an igloo.
Yeah, you know, like
An
some ice.
emergency
Yeah.
snow
ice
shelter.
walls.
How deep is the
I've
snow?
got survival skills. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely build like an ice cave, like a dugout. But I think it's not really.
Not like a full igloo, like an emergency snow shelter where
Sure.
you're digging into like a
Yeah. Okay.
Like
we
a
dig
snow
down
drift?
out of the
cave.
Yeah.
of the wind.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that.
cave, a
Mhm.
snow tunnel.
Yep. You can do
But
that.
he can reinforce it with ice, right?
Sure. Yep. Yeah. So you're able to do that.
And then I will take my lute out because guess what? Sven can play lute, and he's gonna go dun 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 dun. And then as Jacques is going ice ice baby, just getting everything taken care of, it's gonna happen.
So
Can we build a fire in this ice?
you conveniently
Castle?
have 3 planks
Mhm.
that were stolen.
Holly points at the middle of the ground and a bonfire appears.
Sven, of course, gets negative inspiration for perpetrating the joke, which we don't have the rights to play. We're going to get a copyright strike against us, so way to go for that.
Good job.
And so you're able to. Are you going to do the same watches as you did before?
Sure.
Okay.
We could.
Yeah, but I want to snuggle up really close to the fire this time
Okay. No
Yeah.
problem.
with my
Like,
blanket.
And also maybe Sven. Like, why don't you like Oreo yourself?
Yeah.
I can be the big spoon. I mean, Sven could be like the big spoon for probably everybody here.
Agara is always the big spoon.
I mean,
Whatever works for you guys works for me. So you're able to make your camp and the fire. The planks are going to last not throughout the whole night, so you are going to have to make at least one check. But your excellent shelter and the icemanship of Jacques Friest will definitely give you advantage on that check. Who is on second watch?
Me.
Oh, Isadora, and you said your passive perception is 14, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she did say that.
I did.
So you see in the distance one of those snowmen.
No.
It sort of arises from the ground, forming out of the snow itself. And as you see that, 2 snowballs from snowmen you didn't see are thrown in your direction.
No. What do I do?
Wait, question. So is she standing watch outside of our little snow cave, or is she seeing that through the opening?
I feel like I'd be at the opening.
She'd have to be at the opening to see it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. 1 miss, 1 hit. And you take...
Gary, why are you hitting me?
You take
confused.
you take 11 points of cold damage, and this is where we're going to pause until 2 weeks from now. Thank you everybody for
fighting.
joining us. Really appreciate the opportunity to entertain you. We know you can watch lots of different shows, so thank you very much for watching ours. We will be back in 2 weeks.
You see how quickly he's running out of this because
Here on
I
the
think you
Talon and
personally
Claw
offended
channel.
Allie.
Hey,
Here,
Gary,
yeah.
let's raid somebody before we go offline.
Okay, let's raid somebody. We will be back before we raid somebody. We will be back on Tuesday, February the 9th for episode 6 of Iceholes, Rime of the Frostmaiden. And now we're going to raid somebody. Who are we raiding, Anthony?
Looks like the only content people on or D&D Beyond. So let's just raid them.
Sure.
We got Critical Bard too.
He's not popping up for. Or let's do CB. Let's do CB. All right, everybody, we're gonna raid Critical Bard.
Good night, y'all.
Bard. Good night, everybody.
See ya.
Thanks for watching.
Good nighty.
Night.
As we all just awkwardly stare at the screen before we go.
Is it
Right?
Is it
Is it
done?